If you ever felt really foggy or struggle to keep up with everything on your plate, the Think Factor can help you reclaim your cognitive edge and thrive in your life. Call 800-4RELIEF, 800 the number 4RELIEF, or visit relieffactor.com to order Think Factor. Call 800-4RELIEF or visit relieffactor.com. Your first bottle, just $19.95. Think Factor. Think clearer, perform better daily.
It's not just vaccines. Parents are refusing other routine preventative care for newborns.
One day at an Idaho hospital, half the newborns Dr. Tom Patterson saw did not get the vitamin K shots that have been given to babies for decades to prevent potentially deadly bleeding. Their parents would not allow it. Doctors across the nation alarmed that anti-science sentiment and medical mistrust is reaching beyond vaccines to other safe and routine care. A study in JAMA found refusals of vitamin K shots were up, and parents who declined those shots for their children were 90 times more likely to refuse the hepatitis B vaccine and eye ointment that can prevent potentially blinding infection. I'm Julie Walker.
Robert S. Mueller III, the FBI director who transformed the nation's premier law enforcement agency into a terrorism fighting force after the September 11th attacks, has died. He was 81. Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. President Trump has issued an executive order barring college football playoff and other postseason games from airing during the annual Army-Navy football game. Bob Agnew has more on the story.
The president has directed the Commerce Secretary and the SEC chairman to coordinate the timing with the playoff committee, the NCAA, and media rights partners. The goal is to ensure an exclusive broadcasting window for the storied rivalry. It's traditionally played on the second Saturday in December. Bob Agnew reporting.
The WNBA and its players union have reached the next step.
Move it to Sunday.
Collective bargaining agreement. Signing the terms.
Move it to Sunday. If you want exclusivity, move it to Sunday or move it to Friday.
Governors.
We move it to Friday. You want exclusive?
Because people want to do it on Saturday. Saturday's the day.
Represents a transformative.
Yeah.
Well, if you want exclusivity, yeah.
I'll just sign an executive order and make everyone else know.
Well, that's what he did.
Yeah.
The opinions expressed on this program.
That'd be cool if we get the girls this year.
Do not express the views of WBF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests.
270 enter. Blue mic and red mic. Red mic. Boom.
What's
Blue
happening?
mic. Boom.
I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns?
Okay.
It's time for the Middleboro Weekend Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro news, here on AM 1530 WBBF. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
And good morning, everybody. Welcome to Middleboro in Review. I am Joey Driscoll. Today is March 22nd, 2026. Today, Dawn, today is a fun show. Today is an important show because it is the first show of spring.
Oh boy,
Yep, spring is here.
that's a yubba dubba doo.
Spring is here. So we got a great show planned for you today. Open phone lines today, by the way. 508-822-1106 if you want to call in, talk about what's on your mind this morning. We got a great show planned. Of course, we got our normal weather report and today in history and things like that. We'll have a music recommendation segment on the show today. Or we'll be talking about two songs today. So stay tuned for that.
Speaking of music, you got your Johnny Cash shirt on.
Yes, I do. The Men in Black. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, very good stuff there. So we're gonna music. It's more of a music segment. It's not a recommendation segment per se. Well, I mean, I am talking about these two songs. So basically recommendations. Basically, recommending it to you. But talking about two songs that I like quite a bit. So we'll be talking about that on the show.
I'm sure they're
today.
good songs because we go on road trips together. I'm like, Joey, just be the DJ. There's times he just nails it. He just nails it. I love every song he plays. I love it. And those songs just like looking at it, I was like, terrible.
I have a wide interest in music.
Well, he's good at reading my mind when it's time to read my mind because I can be a little baby sometimes. I can be a little little crybaby sometimes.
So like the past couple of weeks, I've been listening to a lot of 90s country music. 90s and early 2000s country music. So, things like Sammy Kershaw and things like that. There's a song by Sammy Kershaw I've been listening to quite a bit recently called Vidalia. That's not a part of the recommendation, by the way, today. It's a very good song. I should check it out. Sammy Kershaw, Vidalia. Very, very good song. But yeah, I've listened to a lot of 90s and 2000s country music. Toby Keith lands into that as well because his first album, I believe, was I think it was 1994. His first album was, which was really good. Those first couple of albums from Toby Keith, very, very good, and there is a lot of today's artists who are legends now. Really started in the 90s. The 90s and 2000s for country music really, really very important time for that genre because it kind of shaped what the genre is today. A lot of the big legendary names, that's where they started. Late 90s, early 2000s.
A lot of influence too from the 70s and even the 60s because you see that in rock too. You see an artist, for instance, Glenn Hughes had a lot to do with like funk in a way. And when he was in Deep Purple kind of turned a little funky after the Burn album. Come Face the Band comes to mind.
Yes.
With Tommy Bolin on guitar. That's why Richie Blackmore left because Richie Blackmore wanted to do more of rock blues, more of a medieval Renaissance kind of, and he met and fell in love with Ronnie James Dio, which I don't blame him. And they went on and formed Rainbow. But it's funny because they did that first Rainbow album when they were touring with Deep Purple. And a lot of people don't know that Elf was the backup band for Deep Purple for I think a couple tours. And that's how they all got to know. That's why they were all friends. But as far as Glenn Hughes, in a way, influenced people like Joe Bonamassa, Chad Smith, the Red Hot Chili Peppers. You can listen to their early music and go back and listen to some of the Glenn Hughes solo stuff, and you can hear a little Red Hot Chili Peppers. The Remember Brothers says, "Oh, this sounds like the Red Hot Chili Peppers." So I played it like one song. I was like, "Yeah, this is like 1977 before the Red Hot Chili Peppers." So
and he basically did an album. It was Glenn Hughes plus the Red Hot Chili Peppers, basically, called Soul Movement. That album. It was called
Chad
Soul
Smith.
It was called Soul Movement, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Chad Smith and
Dave Navarro.
Dave Navarro.
Yeah.
And he's worked with the other one too.
Yes, he has.
What was the other one? Fatani, Dave. You know what I'm talking about?
John
Yeah.
Frusciante?
Yeah, John Frusciante.
Okay,
They
yes.
worked with him too on a bunch of stuff on the album. So it just goes to show that there's a lot of influence that goes into the new music, and a lot of people don't realize. Like another one too, "Dying to Live" by Edgar Winter.
Yes.
Okay, it was on the White Trash album, 1971, and my boss didn't know there was a cover. I mean, he listened to, I think someone else did it. I'm not sure the band who else did it, but I said, "That's a cover." He said, "That's a cover." It's like, yeah. And I played the original. And it's funny because a lot of songs, Tom Waits, for instance, a lot of people did his work.
Mm-hmm.
The Eagles, you got all these Rod Stewart, Downtown Train, old 54, old 50, old 55. by the Eagles. That's a Tom Waits song. So it's and Joe Bonamassa did a cover too.
Yes, he did.
All right,
A lot of artists did Tom Waits covers.
a lot of Tom Waits was
A lot of
a lot of Tom Waits. So before you listen to Tom Waits, and go, yeah, move on to something that you like, because Tom Waits is, you can listen to an album that you totally hate, and then the next album you'll just totally fall in love with. Tom Waits is particular taste.
It is. Yes, definitely, 100%.
Well, there's a song called there's a song called I'll get back to the song. I can't come up with the song now, but it's Wrong Side of the Road. Okay.
Yes.
And if you listen to the lyrics, it's just like to just move it hell in a way, but they're so good.
All right, 7:15 a.m. here. Our today mysteries are as follows. March 22nd, 1621, the Pilgrims of Plymouth Colony, there we go, led by John Carver, sign a peace treaty with Massasoit, sachem of the Wampanoags. Squanto serves as an interpreter between the two sides. Squanto and Massasoit, two of the biggest names, Native American names in early American history. When you learn about early American history, those first couple of years, those two names come up quite a bit, Massasoit and Squanto. 1622, a year later, the Jamestown Massacre takes place. Algonquins kill 347 English settlers around Jamestown, Virginia, a third of the colony's population. This is during the Second Anglo-Powhatan War. March 22nd, 1631, the Massachusetts Bay Colony outlaws the possession of cards, dice, and gaming tables. On this day in 1638, Anne Hutchinson is expelled from Massachusetts Bay Colony and is for religious dissent. 1794, the Slave Trade Act of 1794 bans the export of slaves from the United States and prohibits American citizens from outfitting a ship for the purpose of importing slaves. 1934, the first Masters tournament is held in Augusta National Golf Club in Georgia, in Augusta, Georgia. The Masters are coming up in just a couple of weeks, by the way, as well. On this day, March 22nd, 1963, the Beatles released their debut album, Please Please Me. Birthdays on this day, 1814, Thomas Crawford, American sculptor. He designed the Statue of Freedom. Born this day in 1930, Pat Robertson, American minister and broadcaster, founded the Christian Broadcasting Network. That's CBN. He passed away a couple of years ago in 2023.
Oh, yeah.
Pat Robertson.
He ran for president in 1988. You know that, right?
I did not know that. No, wow. Born this day in 1931. We've been talking about William Shatner quite a bit lately. William Shatner, he is 95 today. 95.
That's awesome.
And he's putting out a heavy metal album in a couple of months.
Is he?
Yes, he is.
Good for him.
Wow.
That's awesome. I love that.
He has experience in that genre of music as well in the past as well. Born this day in 1948, Wolf Blitzer, American journalist, probably one of the most well-known American journalists of today's generation. Outside of a couple of other names like Tom Brokaw and things like that. Wolf Blitzer, his birthday is today. He is 78 years old. Also 78 years old today is Andrew Lloyd Webber, English composer and director. Works alongside Tim Rice and Jesus Christ Superstar, and a lot of other of those kind of things as well that were very, very important as well. Got well, this person was already well known before, at least in Britain he was. But when Jesus Christ Superstar was getting ready to come out, the CD was getting ready to come out.
I mean, the record album.
The record album, yes.
Those CDs
Not-
in
not- sorry,
1970,
not the CD.
70.
The record was
Or
getting
an
ready to
or
come out
track, whatever you preferred.
before they recorded it and everything. They went out to a concert. Went out to a concert and saw a little known person at the time. Well, again, not really little well known at this point. I think he's
No.
getting up there when it comes to
1970s?
popularity.
Yeah.
Ian Gillan, and they said we want him for Jesus Christ Superstar.
Yeah, you
we
know what-
want him to be.
You know what song
part
did
of
it for him? Child in Time.
Child in Time. Yeah, what an amazing song.
If you never heard Child in Time, I don't care if you hate hard rock. I don't care if you hate it. I don't care if you despise it. You have to listen to it because just the way he sings it. You know, it's funny too. I talked to a lot of people. They like Ian Gillan. Like either you really love him or they can't stand his voice. You know, I've never found anyone in between with Ian Gillan. Either I'm a big fan of Ian Gillan. I mean, with Deep Purple, his solo stuff, the one album he did with Black Sabbath, and back with Deep Purple now. I always liked him, and all this work he did on Jesus Christ Superstar. I love his voice, but the people out there just don't like his voice, and like I've never met anybody like on the fence with him, or like I kind of like him and don't kind of like him. Either I love him or I can't stand him. You know what I mean? It's
check out the Temple. When it comes to the Jesus Christ Superstar album, check out the Temple, and then also check out Gethsemane. Those two songs, totally different in the musical aspects, totally different, but the same, just amazing Ian Gillan voice. You know, he can definitely scream with the best of them for sure. I think the only person who probably outdoes him is
Rob Halford.
Rob Halford,
Yeah.
or Glenn Hughes.
Well, Glenn Hughes is still screaming at 70.
Yeah. If you want to check out some really good Glenn Hughes screaming, Hughes Turner project. I believe the first album. There is a song. I'm forgetting the name off the top of my head.
Into My Mind or something like that. Is that the one?
Something like that. I gotta look.
Yeah.
I gotta look during this commercial break. Out of my mind.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. We'll get you the answer after this commercial break. But yeah, he'd scream for sure.
It's funny too because you got two Deep Purple. Technically, Joe Lynn Turner did one album with Deep Purple in 1990 called Slaves and Masters. So technically, you know, he's a son of Deep Purple. So it's funny in 2001 that those two got together and they share singing duties, which is good. But it's a great album that. Because Glenn Hughes can reach across the board and work with other people. Someone like Glenn Hughes would never work with like someone like someone like Ian Gillan would never work with someone like Glenn Hughes. He wouldn't. It's like it's like Ozzy doing Sabbath songs with Dio. So that would never happen. But Glenn Hughes would. Glenn Hughes did Deep Purple. Tribute album. He did a couple songs that Ian Gillan sung off this 1972 album Machine Head. So it's good that he's good because he crossed the aisle in a way and sing other songs that maybe that original lead singer would never ever think of doing. It's like, I want to sing his song. But I mean, sometimes when you have artists do covers, it's kind of liberating to me in a way because they I don't know how to explain it. It's they went past the not arrogance, but more a lot of arrogance, but a lot of I don't know what's the word I'm looking for when you I don't know. I should have the word in my head, but I don't. cocky arrogance, whatever. But I think people know what I'm talking about. But they think they're the best, and I'm not singing anyone else's song because my song's the better.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a little cocky there, and then just Glenn Hughes would just work on anything. I think to him, that's the reason I like him, is because it's about the music. It's not about ego.
Ego, yes, the ego.
He passes all the ego test, and I think you get a lot done when you don't have that in your way. I think So.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. So Hughes Turner Project. They put out 2 albums. The song I'm thinking of was on the 2nd album, and that would be Losing My Head. The screaming on that song. Oh boy. Yeah.
My boss
awesome.
My boss said you gotta get your screeching in. You know what I mean?
Awesome stuff. All right, born this day, 1952. Bob Costas, American sportscaster, a legendary American sportscaster for several different sports. Called a lot of big moments in sports. Bob Costas. He is 74 today. Born on this day in 1976, Reese Witherspoon, great actress. She was June Carter Cash in the movie Walk the Line. I believe it's called, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Walk the Line. With Joaquin Phoenix as Johnny Cash. Just an amazing movie. If you want to check out a great biographical, autobiographical, pretty much movie. That's the movie to check out for sure. That's a great movie. She plays June Carter Cash, and it is amazing.
I think she played in Me, Myself, and Irene too with Jim Carrey. Okay. I think that was Reese Witherspoon. That was a funny movie.
And passings on this day in 2001, a legendary name in cartoons, William Hanna. An American animator, director, producer, and voice actor. He co-founded Hanna-Barbera, of course, one half of that company.
And that's the Flintstones, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Flintstones. What else was Hanna-Barbera? There was a bunch of stuff. It's hard to come up with it now. But they I think I grew up watching mostly Hanna-Barbera. It was. It's funny too because Flintstone's been around since the early '60s. I think maybe the late '50s. So you had that Fred Flintstone voice and the Bonnie Rummel voice, and then when they tried to change them, it just didn't work. And then I think there was a third voice actor who sounded like the original Fred. No, it wasn't Fred. It was Barney. It was Barney that had the other side. They couldn't do any better with Barney. They couldn't, So it's I'm a big fan of Star Blazers. It's a cartoon that came out in the '70s, right?
Star Blazers, yeah.
And it's funny too, but on voicing, and I should be able to get over it. But the first 2, they had the same voices, and then they had the third one that wasn't. It was only in Japan. It wasn't in the United States. It was called the Bola Wars, and they had all different voices. And I still haven't sat through them all because of the voices. It's just because the original voices, and I watched them over and over and over as a kid.
All 3 seasons, by the way, are on YouTube and also in English, so you can check them out.
Right, but if you listen to the first 2 seasons, and I watched way more.
Because the 3rd season, you'll see a difference.
Yeah, because when I was a kid, I went to Wollaston School in Quincy, and my friend lived right next to the school. Okay, Kenny, and we went to Kenny's house every morning. His mother used to always make me like English muffins or whatever. She was really nice family. So we watched Star Blazers, and then would run to school because Star Blazers on between 7 and 8, and school was on 8. So would run they would do it every day. And that was, but I mean, you watch it over and over, and you get so used to the voices in the first 2 seasons that when the third season popped in, and I didn't start watching the fourth season. It didn't come around, wasn't subtitled. I wasn't put into English until like the 90s. And I started watching them, and I was, I wasn't a kid anymore. I was an adult. And I just couldn't wrap my arm around the voices. They
were different.
They should have done a little better on the
Yeah.
voice. They should have tried to make them sound like the original, because it just throws me off. And I haven't even watched the whole thing. I watched a few episodes.
At that point, probably, they had, went in a different direction, maybe, or
No, they didn't go on story time, on the story
on the
line.
story. No,
No, just on the voices. I just didn't get it on the voices.
Whoever was responsible for that series
Didn't listen to the first two.
wanted to go in a different direction.
No, they didn't want to go in a different direction. They just weren't thinking.
They weren't thinking.
There's no different direction, in my opinion.
No, I
That was
mean,
just horrible.
I don't know if we'll ever see a Star Blazers movie here in the States. I don't think so. I would love to see one. I just don't think we're going to see it. It's something that
In Japan,
it's
they love
really
it.
popular in Japan.
In Japan, they love it. As on YouTube, you type in Star Blazers, Japanese Navy. They're
Yeah,
quiet.
they play it.
They play it.
You know something's very important and very influential if the Japanese Navy band is playing it. Very, very important.
Right, it is.
Series
It is.
in
Because you know what it
Japan.
was all about, too. I mean, not to get lost on
Outside of Dragon Ball Z.
No, because it was like it came out in the early 70s, and Japanese, I mean, for a country that was defeated in World War II, they really came back. They really came back, and it was just like, it was Japanese pride, because the story is about the Yamato that was resurrected to be a space battleship to save the Earth.
Yeah, it was important to
And
Japanese people.
And the characters they had, you just fell in love with.
Yeah.
So that cartoon was a source of pride for the Japanese.
The story is interesting.
The story's good.
The story is
The
interesting.
characters are really good too.
Yes.
Okay, and some would say, Star Trek stole. That I would say anyway. Star Trek stole some from the second season on Star Trek 3 about how Scotty in Star Trek 3 he sabotaged the Excelsior, and then Orion did the same thing for the Andromeda. You know what I mean? But
there's
I don't know. It's
there's a
just
saying: imitation is the serious form of flattery. So
sure. Oh yeah, nothing wrong with that. I enjoy both of them.
they probably were looking at it. It was like,
Well, the Star
take some pointers.
it's just the difference was it was a lot more difficult for the Argo to get out of the space dock, which was underwater, other than the space dock up in which was kind of easy. So, yeah.
All right, 7:33 a.m. Let's take our commercial break. We'll be right back.
WVBF is your hometown radio station.
Oh, Renee Zellweger.
Support people in your
Who'd you say?
hometown is to run community.
Who did you say his birthday was?
It's Reese Witherspoon.
No, it was Renee Zellweger. Okay.
Send your community announcements along to our email address. It's safe, it's fast, and allows us to get right back to you if we have a question. Send your community announcements to WVBF1530 at hotmail.com. That's WVBF1530 at hotmail.com. Thank you for listening. Your hometown radio station is AM 1530, WVBF, and 99.7 FM.
Big changes are rolling through the world of technology and mobility, and the Tech Mobility Minute is your daily guide to it all. I'm Ken Chester. Join me Monday through Friday morning for fast, clear insights that make sense of today's high-tech driven world. Informative, relatable, and easy to understand. That's what the Tech Mobility Minute delivers. Only on AM 1530, WBBF, and 99.7 FM. Your hometown station from Middleboro, Taunton, and southeastern Massachusetts.
Hi, this is Paul Lads inviting you to join me Thursday mornings, 9 to 11, here
that
on
up.
WVBF AM and FM
Sure.
for Cranberry
Kevin
Country
went saw him.
Journal. Still bringing you a slice of life.
Awesome guitarist.
Places and
You
activities
saw him
and
last
events
year. He
that make
backed
the
up Buddy
Cranberry
Guy.
Country area
Yes.
Yeah.
a special place to call home. Join me Thursday morning, 9 to 11, Cranberry Country Journal on WVBF.
3, 2, 1, 0. And we're back. And yes, tune in on Thursday to listen to Paul Lazarovich on Cranberry Country Journal.
Yeah, he's been out a while.
Yes, he's been out the past couple of weeks, but he is going to return this Thursday. So stay tuned and tune in 9 a.m. on Thursday morning. Also, all week as well. We got some great programs all week.
Yeah.
Ron Lancaster, as well as on all week 9 to 11 a.m. as well. I'm on tomorrow with Middleboro Matters. I'm on Friday as well with Hometown Talk, so stay tuned for that. Chris does a great job on the Morning Wake Up News as well as Ron as well. So tune in at 7 a.m. if you want to get some great
And you can't
news
forget,
for the morning.
you can't forget our 12 o'clock show, Stand Up
12
Strong.
o'clock show today is
Ed
Stand Up
Miller
Strong.
and
Bishop Tony Branch.
Yes.
Stay tuned after our program for Pastor Ortez Vandross. I'm now saying that name correctly. I was saying that name wrong for like 4 years.
And he tells you on the air.
And he told me on the air, you're saying my name wrong.
He was on, the pastor was on last week, and that made me feel really good when I walked in. I gave him a big hug because it's just, been a little down lately. So it was good. But my crack edit team in Florida here tells me is Renee Zellweger and myself, myself, and Irene. So,
So stay tuned at
fake news going on.
8:05 a.m. this morning. Pastor Ortez Vandross delivers a message called Write the Vision. Write the Vision. A message from 2021 that will be airing today at 8:05 a.m. Always a great message every single week.
And the
with
music
Bread of
too.
Life.
We talked about the music
is
too.
great
It's,
as well.
we had a big discussion about gospel music and about how bands how people who start in the gospel and the choir go on to bigger things.
Yes.
So yeah.
So okay. So stay tuned for that as well. 9 o'clock we have 8:30 we have the Rosary. 9 o'clock we have why am I forgetting the name of the show? I don't want to do that. Info Track. There we go. I apologize for forgetting the name of the show. Info Track. 9 a.m. to 9:30. Then 9:30 to 11. Stay tuned for we have the TIC network. As well, 11 o'clock to 12 is Musical Odyssey. So great programming planned for
And then
today.
at 12.
12.
12
Mention
o'clock.
it again at 12
12
is
o'clock.
Stand Up Strong with Bishop Tony Branch and Ed Miller. Stay tuned. Great program.
You know what? You know why I love those guys? I really dig those because those guys are like the odd. They're really good together. But they're like the Odd Couple too. Yeah, if everyone knows the Odd Couple, the program that came out in the '70s with Jack Lemmon and Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau were in the movie. It was that was the movie that came out, and thinking of who was in the program because they had a series. No, Jack Klubman. Okay, I'm sorry. Jack Klubman and Tony Randall were in the program, and then it was Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon
Mhm.
were in the movie, just like how MASH had a movie and then went on to a series. The Odd Couple was about it. It's great. It's great because they feed off each other. It's a great show, and they're really good friends. And it's we go on the show sometimes, and Ed Miller's been on our show. It's good. Man. We all get along here. We have a lot of fun. We have a nice family at WBBF.
So stay tuned for that this morning. All right, 7:39 a.m. Let's move on to some local stuff to talk about here. We'll have. If we get to it today, we'll do a transportation segment. If we don't get to it today, we'll do it next week.
What's the transportation? It's broke.
Well,
It's busted.
It's doing better, obviously.
You know what? You want to hear?
There is some things that have been going on.
You want to hear about the T? You just want to dial up. You want to dial up a song. I'm busted. By Ray Charles. The song got I'm busted.
So
that's the T for you. I'm busted. I'm broke.
Next week, there's going to be a South Shore Writers Club local author book fair. That's going to be coming up next Saturday, 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the Abington Public Library's Copeland Room, 600 Galliens. How do I pronounce this? I have no idea how. I really don't know how to pronounce his name. Galawians Way, I think.
That sounds right.
I hope I'm saying that right.
What town?
Anyone from Abington, please call in.
What is it?
Gallians.
Let me look at that.
Galawians Way or something.
I think you know what I think that is. I think that's like a. Yeah.
I can't pronounce.
Yeah. You're doing. No, Galenowitz Way, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Galenowitz.
Yeah, Galenowitz Way. I think that is, what the heck is that? That's where the high school is, off Route 18, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone from Abington who happens to be listening,
Yeah.
call
Well,
in.
they got-
let us know if we're saying
Well,
it
they got
correctly.
tongue twisted. It's a Mattamuskegon. Okay, that's their symbol. It's called Land of Many Beavers, Mattamuskegon.
Yes.
So I mean, you want to go to Abington and get your tongue twisted, then go to Abington because
Yeah.
how many times you gonna say Mattamuskegon? You know, say it 10 times fast. You're not gonna be able to do it.
So there'll be many authors there.
Or Sipowitz.
People
Not
like
Sipowitz.
authors like Michelle Christian, Rick Cochran, Russell DuPont, Jeffrey Caroline, and Kathleen Jeffrey. Sorry, Caroline Kowitzer. Again, some of these names. I'm sorry if I'm butchering them.
You are.
Yeah, probably. And Donna Fitzgerald and many more. You do not need to be a library card holder to visit. Come support these local authors and the South Shore Writers Club. All right.
When is it? Next week?
Next.
Is
Saturday.
anybody you can call?
I will look into that.
Once you call,
Let's look into that. I'll look into that.
once you give them a call, leave a message like today, and maybe they can call your show tomorrow, and then maybe they school you because the school's on that road about how to pronounce
how to pronounce like everything.
I asked somebody I work with, and he worked for the fire department, and I was trying to. He's looking at me. No, it's called Mattamuskegon. I said, "What's that mean?" Like, Land of Many Beavers. And if you look on their, on the DPW trucks, it's got the Mattamuskegon, it's got the beaver, it's funny. It's cool that all these towns have their little things and stuff like that, and it's not what you see now. Route 18, 139, 123, the town itself. It's what it looked like back in the day. So you can imagine what Abington looked like in 1930. It's just there was nothing out there. And I was talking to somebody about what Hanover looked like just a few days ago, back in the 60s. It looked like Middleboro.
Stay tuned next week. Next week's show, we're going to have a lot of great topics to talk about. Next week, we'll go over the town election, what's going to be on the ballot, who's going to be on the ballot, and stuff like that. There's been some changes a little bit to that as well that we'll talk about next week. The election is coming up in April. I believe it will be the first
Tuesday? Oh, no, Saturday.
Saturday in
Yeah.
April, which is April the 7th. No. Yeah, April the 4th. Yeah. Oh, it's coming up. It's like the first week of April. I don't know. I can't. I'm not sure if it's Saturday. Don't quote me on that.
It usually is.
Yeah. Okay.
But the problem with Saturday, too, is they
It's
get,
during the first week of April.
they get no one shows up.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Some people say, "Oh, have the national elections be on Saturday." No one show up because
No one show up, yeah.
they go do their thing on Saturday. I just
Yeah.
leave it a Tuesday and call it a day. It's been Tuesday for how many times? So people know it's Tuesday.
So-
just keep it Tuesday.
So yeah. So we'll talk about that next week as well. And also we gotta talk about dog licenses next week.
Oh yeah.
I went all this year so far not talking about dog licenses. I just realized they are available. So if you're in Middleboro, dog licenses are available. I believe that also usually the deadline would be coming up.
May 1st usually.
Yeah, very soon as well.
April,
So
oh, yeah, then there's the
yes, and then
then there's the fine.
there's the fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you haven't licensed your dog yet, definitely do so. We'll talk more about that next week.
Is that a once a year thing?
That's a once a year thing, I believe. Yeah. But dog licenses I think are available throughout the year. It's just that there's a certain time of the year where they've set aside for that kind of thing. Okay, Hingham. It'll be a farmers market Saturdays until next Saturday. So there's only one more Saturday to go here with the Hingham Farmers Market, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., 204 Union Street. Well, go ahead, Don.
Only one's left. I mean,
Only one left.
gonna start in the winter and end it in the winter.
Well, there are winter farmers markets. There are spring farmers markets. There are fall farmers markets.
So what?
Farmers markets in Massachusetts
Well,
happen all year round.
So what are you gonna go from winter to spring in the 2 weeks there?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know, but they happen year round.
All right. Well, if you want to go get some fresh tomatoes and some cucumbers and
Yeah.
head of lettuce, make
And
yourself a salad.
yeah, if you happen to be in
Go
Hingham.
to the Hingham Farmers Market
Yeah.
and load up.
Yep. Also, Middleboro has one. I think it's during the summer. They have one as well. So check that out too.
I
when that
bet
starts up.
I bet they sell salad dressing there too.
Oh, I'm sure they do. Yes, I'm sure they do. 204 Union Street. Fresh and local items sold, vendors indoors and outdoors as well. 204 Union Street. I have no idea where that is. Don probably knows a little bit more about the Hingham area than I do.
Yeah,
Thank you for being helpful, Don.
really helpful.
Taunton, Women's History Saturdays in March. There is one more Saturday this month. 66 Church Green. The Old Colony History Museum presents a special exhibit from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Votes for Women, a Portrait of Persistence, will outline the more than 80-year movement for women to obtain the right to vote. Women's History Tour from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Spotlight on the women whose voices work and impact help shape our community. So that's coming up.
Not to it's funny because not to take away from that because that's really good. Sometimes TV programs kind of push the balance on people's thinking.
Mhm.
Okay, and as far as I remember, as far as any kind of women's movement that was started, the show Maude had a lot to do with independence, a strong, B. Arthur was great at that role, and strong, independent, woman who just didn't take any nonsense. I mean,
Yes.
my aunt hung around with people like that. My aunt Rita, I'll say one, Betty Carey. This woman was just unbelievable. She did not pull any punches, and she was strong, and they had like their group of friends that eat everyone alive, if you know what I mean, because they would just, collapse. All of them were strong, by themselves, but together they were a force not to be reckoned with. They were unbelievable, and they were smart, and they were all beautiful, and modern in that concept is something that in the 70s I think had a lot to do with that. I think it brought a lot of light out in that program. To me, that's what jumps out at me as far as any kind of woman's movement. Because Maud had it together. Everyone loved Maud. You know what I mean?
We have a couple of more minutes here. We're going to talk a little bit more about some local events. Like today, we got a great event coming up on the 22nd, which is, again, that's today's date. A couple of live music pop-up events today. It's presented by Lines and Spaces. String music, fiddle and classical music, delicious food, drink, and more. Today, there are 2 opportunities to go and listen to some live music. 12:15 to 1 p.m. at Berkeley Beer Company at 10 Ingle Street, and then at 3:30 to 4:15 p.m. at Readmore Books. That's at 330 Winthrop Street in Taunton. Then you'll also have an opportunity on Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. to 7:15 p.m. at Rick's Music World, which is at 421 New State Highway in Raynham.
Nice. It's all about the fiddles, right?
Yes, it is. The Taste of Greater Taunton will be this week. The ultimate celebration of local cuisine. It'll take place on Tuesday, March 24th, 5:30 to 8 p.m. at the Taunton Hotel and Conference Center, 700 Miles Standish Boulevard, Taunton, Mass. Sponsored in part by Morton Hospital, T-Fed Credit Union, and TMLP Online. The master chef sponsor is Morton Hospital, which is now part of Brown University Health. Early bird tickets are $35 for adults, $20 for children. At the door, $45 for adults, $20 for children. Questions, email Chris Silva at chris@tauntonareachamber.org. Also coming up this week in Middleboro, coming up on Wednesday, March 25th, the Mascot Week and the Rotary Club of Middleboro are once again sponsoring a candidate night to allow citizens to hear from local office seekers and ask them questions. Again, that's taking place on Wednesday, starting at 7 p.m. at the Middleboro Council on Aging, which is located at 558 Plymouth Street. All the candidates in contested races for the Middleboro Select Board, School Committee, and Housing Authority have been invited to speak. Robert Sakay of the Middleboro Rotary Club will serve as a moderator. He's a great moderator, by the way. He's served as moderator for these kind of events. He's a great moderator.
Oh, the Rotary Club, the auction coming up?
Yes, the auction's also coming up as well.
Oh, yeah,
the online
right.
auction's coming up as well, I believe.
He was the moderator for that?
He is
All
the
these
host for that, technically.
Oh, yeah. I remember when you did
Wasn't that this weekend? Wasn't that this weekend?
It's funny, too, because I remember when you participated in that, I think it was 2017. You're working for MadCam, so you had a choice to work for MadCam and get paid, or work for the school. What's the school called?
MET.
MET, because you were still a student of Mr. Pelletier, and Mr. Pelletier asked you, so you did the sound there. I mean, you did it.
Yeah.
I was so proud of you because you even though you were working for MadCam at the time, I think Mr. Pelletier asked before Karen asked you.
Yes.
And he says, well, I'm Mr. Pelletier asked, so I'm just going to go with him.
Yeah.
But the thing was, you didn't jump. You would have got paid for MadCam, right? You
Yes.
would have got some money.
Yes.
But but the thing is, you told Mr. Pelletier you'd be there. Obviously, you didn't get paid for that.
Not about the money.
It's not about, no, it's the principle. I looked at you and I was just like, I just knew. I mean, you just,
That's important. It's
it,
not about
it was important. It wasn't, that was one of my proudest moments. That I was just,
Speaking of Matt Camp, the Candidates Night will be aired on Matt Camp, so you can check that out.
where they having it? Are they having it in the studios there?
COA.
Oh, okay. COA.
That's coming up this Wednesday.
Oh, nice.
Coming up this week as well, next Sunday. Not this Sunday. We're in this Sunday. Next Sunday at the Memorial Fountain, the Vietnam Memorial Fountain on Church Green. It is the Taunton Area Vietnam Veterans Association 44th POW/MIA Remembrance Day. That's coming up at noon next Sunday. Come out and support our veterans. It's next Sunday.
I remember we were at the other studio last, and I think they have it about the same time, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. So I remember we're rolling out because Joey was done with his shift, and everyone was there. Senator Mark Chico was there, and the mayor was there. Everyone, all the dignitaries of Taunton and South Coast Mass. It was a big turnout. It was good to see that when I pulled out.
And it's time for our music segment. We've got about 5 minutes here left in the program. It's time for our music segment, so we're just gonna get right to it. We have 2 songs I want to talk about here. I'll try to be brief here with that so we can discuss these 2 songs. First one, the Steely Dan song from the album Can't Buy a Thrill. A great album, by the way. Probably one of their best albums, I would say. Can't Buy a Thrill. Some really good tunes on that. Dirty Work, a song written by Donald Fagen and Walter Becker of Steely Dan, which appeared on the band's, again, that album, Can't Buy a Thrill. Recorded in August of 1972, released in November of 1972 at the Village Recorder in Los Angeles for ABC, label ABC Records, which I believe, yes, it's the same ABC. It's the American Broadcasting Company. They had a record label. So there you go. Theme of the song. The song's lyrics describe an affair between a man and a married woman sung by the man. Steely Dan FAQ author Anthony Robatelli describes Dirty Work as a song of self-loathing, while The Guardian describes the narrative as a soap operatic. The singer recognizes that the woman is using him, but is too infatuated to end the affair. The second verse lyric, like a castle in its corner in a medieval game, refers to the rook, a piece in chess, which is a hobby of Becker's. What a great song, Dirty Work is.
Oh, just the way the song is played. I don't know. Yeah, I know. I want to stop singing it, but I know the BMI squad will come through the sale and rip me out and never see me again. So.
Our second song is a Don Henley solo song, and it's from the solo album, his debut solo album, I Can't Stand Still. It came out in 1982. The album cover is awesome. It's him sitting, looks like a living room on a table, and there's a toaster on the table for some reason. It's a cool looking album cover. I don't know. It's just a cool looking album cover. The song reached number 1 on the Billboard Top Album Tracks chart in October of 1982, and it is called "Dirty Laundry." What a song!
Oh yeah. You're staying on the dirty theme here, aren't you?
Yeah. What a song! Of course, anyone who knows the song, has listened to the song before, the song describes mass media sensationalism, which there is a lot of it.
Oh yeah.
Even today.
Yeah.
Now, that song is very, very.
I think that was like when people started noticing how the media was starting to really get into that that kind of work, and get into that, and it's only gotten really bad, since then. But
Yes.
Again,
released as the second single on the album. It spent 3 weeks as number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100, which is a very, very good indicator on how good the song is. In early 1983, the single was certified gold in the Recording Industry Association of America in March of 1983, representing a sale of 1 million copies in the United States. Recorded in Record One, Los Angeles Studios. The record label is Asylum. Songwriters Don Henley and Danny Kortchmar as well. That album, by the way, really great album with really good people on that album. On the song, on just this song, first guitar solo on the song, Joe Walsh. Second guitar solo on the song, Steve Lukather. The bass guitar, just Timothy B. Schmidt.
it might as well be the Eagles.
It might as well be the Eagles. And Jeff Poracano on drums as well, and Steve Poracano on keyboards. So might as well just be the Eagles. Yeah.
I don't know who
Wow.
Steve Poracano is, do you?
No, but I mean, it might as well just be the Eagles.
Well, you got Joe Walsh, Timothy B. Schmidt, and you got 3 Eagles out of.
Well, there you go. I mean, wow. Just a great song.
That's really
Wow.
synthesized and
Absolutely.
orientated. It
Yeah.
is. It's funny too because a lot of the bands in the '80s they were trying out their new gear. They were trying out their new synthesizers and all their new gear because the synthesizers, I mean, only got better.
Yeah.
And like Rush, for instance, you go from an album like Moving Pictures to Signals.
Yes.
So
yes, absolutely. All right, 8:01 a.m. Thank you, everyone, for listening to today's
yeah, we
program.
got a lot of. You're right. We're gonna have a fun show. We'll, lift up. Smile like Mr. Rock would say. Miss Smiles, everyone smiles. You're on Fantasy Island.
All right, so stay tuned for Bread of Life. Yep, there we go. Bread of Life, and again, the program is Write the Vision. That is coming up in just a couple of minutes after the news. Thank you, everyone. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and enjoy the March Madness. It continues today. Some great matchups today. It all starts at 12:15 p.m. This afternoon. So enjoy that, and have a great weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.
Right back. Good show.
Thank you.
We are AM 1530, WVBF, Middleboro, Taunton, and W259DD, Middleboro Center, 99.7 FM, your hometown radio station.
Breaking news this hour from Town Hall. President Trump is warning that the U.S. will obliterate Iran's power plants if it doesn't fully open the Strait of Hormuz within 48 hours. Iran says it would respond to such strikes with attacks on U.S. and Israeli energy and infrastructure assets. Iranian missiles struck 2 communities in southern Israel late last night. A federal judge has blocked the Pentagon's restrictive media policy. White House correspondent Greg Cluxton reports.
The judge ruled that it's unlawful for the Trump administration to limit news reporters' access to the Pentagon. At issue was a new credentialing policy. In December, the New York Times sued the Pentagon and Defense Secretary Hegseth for adopting a policy that violates journalists' constitutional rights to free speech and due process. Reporters from news outlets that refused to consent were forced to leave the Pentagon. The Defense Department said it will appeal. Greg Clugston, Washington.
The former head of the Trump Kennedy Center debunks Democratic claims about the facility.
Rick Grenell, who is leaving his position with the center, sharply rebutted Senator Sheldon Whitehouse's claim that Trump-era actions led to the center's